1979 was a banner year for Philippine car racing. The country was playing host to the 4th Asean International Motor Rally. 52 cars were entered in the three-day race. Ace drivers from Japan, Australia, Sweden, England, and host Philippines were out to prove the merits of the respective Ford, Toyota, or General Motors vehicles. Chrysler came up with an all-Filipino Colt team. The other teams took their pick from the 18 foreign competitors. Toyota had the inspiring presence of Dante Silverio and the awesome participation of Ivth Asterhag, Toyota's #2 driver in its European stable. Ford had the only Class A Category 1 driver in a field of 52 participants, Russell Brooks of Britain. With him on the Ford squad were Australia's fabled Colin Bond and lone woman entry Sue Ransom. Cars like these need to be pampered, thoroughly cared for. In car racing, they call it scrutineering. The night before the big event, a bit of inspiration to the participants. Films of rally events in Kenya and elsewhere.
Behind him. Mackinnon was still in second place. He opened his lead to 8.5 minutes over Altman. Harry Shotton drove over 6.5 minutes behind Altman. Further back in the field,
Busy Green Hills Shopping Center in San Juan served as the flag-off point for the participants. Auto Racing Club of the Philippines President Johnny Angeles stressed the country's commitment to host the event.
One rally each year among the ASEAN nations.
Among the foreign rally participants from Japan, Australia, Sweden, and England was Sue Ransom. From Down Under, the only woman entry.
I think it's going to be a very, very tough rally, and obviously I'm nervous about it. I think the most difficult thing will be to finish the rally.
But you prepared well for this particular one, didn't you?
Yes, car masters have done a very good job with the car. The rest is now in the hands of God. Something may go wrong on the first stage, which we can't foresee, but car masters have done everything in their power to prepare the car well.
At precisely 2 p.m., the cars were flagged off for Kapas Tarlac. Britain's Russell Brooks was saying that the best time to show the importance of rallying is during a fuel crisis. According to Brooks, lessons from rallying serve to show the best means of achieving fuel efficiency in the car. The British rally champion and writer noted that the cost of fuel used in the sport is minimal when one considers the benefits to a car manufacturer and to tourism. Brooks was the only Class A Category 1 driver in the 52-car field competing for Ford. In Kapas's Crow Valley that the first of the car rally's 26 special stages would be held. Arthur Toison was a top favorite in the Ford squad. Dante Silverio, distinctive in the Toyota Corolla, had his sights primed on the car manufacturer's price. With him on the team were Rado Campo, Leif Asterhag of Sweden, Pocholo Ramirez, and Japan's Masahiro Nagayama. From the well-paved roads of Metro Manila to the dusty stretches of central Luzon, the route to Capas proved to be as taxing to the cars as it did to those World War II soldiers who trekked to the town in World War II. Lady Entry Sue Ransom with navigator Tonette Regidor seemed all poised for the punishing run in their Ford Escort. Action began in Crow Valley, a gunnery range for the U.S. Air Force. But instead of the sound of guns and bombs, the roar of motor engines pervaded the afternoon air in Crow Valley. In the rugged run through Luisita, 3 tire punctures crippled the Ford Escort of Brooks. He reached the end of the stage running on a bare rear right engine. In the opening stage in Crow Valley, Sweden's Leif Asterhag put on a formidable spurt. But Asterhag, with compatriot Anders Gullberg, lost his way in Luisita. He ended the day in 8th place. The big winner was another Swede, Lars Carlson in the Gemini. The 32-year-old Carlson, with Filipino June Espino as navigator, posted a 23-second lead over Colin Bond. Carlson had the 3rd best time in the Crow Valley stage. But he drove trouble-free through the 24 kilometers in Luisita.
Talagang totoo doon naman talaga rin. Yan, talagang totoo doon yan kyan. Kada ng karno. Okay. Oh, step yan eh. Rewind.
From Colin Bond, 2nd place was good enough. Carlson was all the happier. In 4 rallies, he participated in the Philippines. He was unbeaten in 2 of the rallies. Pocholo Ramirez was a surprise 3rd in Tarlac to spark the Toyota Assault. Australia's highly rated Wayne Bell was 4th in Gemini, followed by Arthur Toison. In the early morning,
and the Toyota as well, running very strong. So I think that anything can happen between now and then. There's still probably 4 or 5 cars, all up there in the front, still going very well. Russell's had problems, which is a shame, but other than that, the other cars seem to be running very well.
Before the day was over, 8 of the cars would be knocked out of competition. One Auto Rally Club official aptly described it when he said a drive up to Abra's plateau country should separate the men from the boys. From Abra, the surviving rallyists turned south towards Baguio City. It was the end of Division 1 of the Asean Motor Rally. At the finish line, the Swedish Toyota team of Leif Asterhag and Anders Gilbert took a slim lead. It was all the more exciting for the duo as they committed a navigational error, suffered a flat tire, and saw their brakes fail at one stage. Breathing down the sweet pair with only 5 seconds behind was Australia's Wayne Bell in his Gemini. Another Australian in an escort vehicle, Colin Bond, was third, followed by teammate Arthur Toison. Asterhag, the day's top finisher, is Europe's #1 Toyota driver. The roads were rough and tough, he said, but through it all, the Swede realized he was driving through uniquely Philippine roads and bucked all the problems. Division 2 of the Asean for International Motor Rally would have taken the competitors to Pantabangan Dam in Nueva Ecija. Then they would head back to Baguio through Aritao, Nueva Vizcaya, using the forbidding Ampuplao Road. One organizer said the run to Pantabangan should decide a champion. As fate would have it, 5 of these special stages had to be called off. When the cars left Baguio for Pantabangan, Asterhag was in the lead, followed by Wayne Bell. The drive down to Pantabangan saw the rallyists speeding down the Santa Fe San Jose zigzag, a dizzying distance of 47 kilometers. Asterhag's navigator Anders Gulberg called the route very rough and unusual for Swedes like him. Gulberg observed, "We don't have your kind of mountains back home." The drive down took its toll on the local boys. Arthur Toison, who was in 4th place when the field left Baguio, failed to finish. His car suffered a broken differential in Pantabangan. Like Toison, Ging Alcantara of Colt retired in Pantabangan with a broken exhaust manifold. The competition in Pantabangan featured a circuitous and car-killing 62 kilometers. The effects of the cars were unexpected. Some of the competitors saw all their hopes disappear as their vehicles gave up a few precious miles away from the end of the tournament. Asterhag had a flat, favored Wayne Bell, the second overall when the pack left Baguio, quit the race entirely when the right rear wheel of his Gemini came off. He was barely 11 kilometers outside Baguio when it happened. In the end, it was the determination of Asterhag that carried the day for him. Toyota's number 2 driver in his European rally stable overcame the odds to outdrive the rest of the field. His feat drew the compliments of Lars Carlson. The last 5 stages of the auto rally were to have been held on the way back to Baguio. As fate would have it, landslides blocked the tortuous mountain roads to Alitao, Nueva Vizcaya. There was a 4-hour delay overnight when daylight came. Traffic problems forced organizers to call off the last 5 stages. Asterhag and Goldberg by then had swept the last 5 stages and posted a 6-minute lead over the second-running Bond and John Dawson Damer. Lars Carlson and Julius Pino wound up third. In fourth was the surprise of the auto rally, Pocholo Ramirez and navigator Cicero Legaspi. Ramirez achieved the feat in his Corolla despite a sprained finger. Pocholo's teammate, Rado Campo, was 5th, followed by the lone female entry, Sue Ransom. Russell Brooks was 7th, and 81 seconds behind him was Toyota's Dante Silverio.
We are willing to try to defend it once more.
And how did you find the course itself, both of you?
Very rough. Very interesting too.
And that made it exciting then?
Yes, it really did.
You must have the machinery and the equipment to cope up with the demands and the ruggedness of rallying. And of course, you must have the ability also of the people that were manning it. And I'm happy to have Mr. Asean here and Mr. Andrew Goldberg from our sister team in Europe to come over to support us in this venture.
Back in Baguio for the award ceremony, a jubilant Asterhag called it an honor for him to win the Philippines' first international car rally. For Dante, consolation came in the form of the manufacturer's prize handed out to Toyota. A special citation went to Sue Ransom, who placed 6th despite the fact that she ran out of gas some 16 kilometers from Baguio.
To compete in the rally, and I think, quite frankly, it was very well run by the ARCP. I think also that the roads used, the courses used, although I said after the first night it was fairly rough, the second night certainly made up for it. It was very, very well run. And I think it's done a great deal for rallying in this country. I hope it's done a great deal for rallying in this country. Certainly all the foreign drivers enjoyed it. We're hoping that we'll have some Philippine drivers coming to our country, and we hope sincerely that we'll be able to come back here again next year to compete in the rally again.